Join me as we learn Chumash for Monday, Parshas Beha'aloscha. Yesterday we started talking about the installation of the Levites, how they would have to be waved by Aaron and dedicated and taking the place of the firstborn. Today we continue with this purification process and the installation of the Levites. Chapter 8, verse 15. And afterwards, the Levites will then come to serve in the tent of meeting, in the tabernacle. And you must purify them. And you will make them lift them as a wave offering. As Rashi previously mentioned, this is the third time that we are talking about the wave offering, this time referring to the family of Merari. The first two times was Gershon and Kahas. Verse 16, Ki nisunim heimali, for they are given to me, mitoich b'nei Yisrael, from amongst the Israelites, tachas pitras kol rechem, I've instead of the firstborn of the womb, b'cher kol mibnei Yisrael lekachtu yesam li, because I've taken for myself in the place of that open womb of all the firstborn of the Israelites, that the Levites take the place of the firstborn Israelites. Nisunim. Why does it use a double terminology? They are given to me. Nisunim lamasa, that the Levites were given and dedicated, that they will be the ones to carry the items of the tabernacle. Nisunim l'shir, they're the ones to be singing in the holy temple and playing the instruments. Pitras, the word pitras means opening. Psichas, the opening of the womb, referring to the firstborn. Verse 17. Kili b'ker kol b'cher, because technically every firstborn belongs to me, b'vnei Yisrael, amongst the Israelites, ba'adam, and the humans, b'hema, and the animals. B'yoyim ha'koisi kol b'cher b'eretz Mitzrayim, because the day that I killed all the firstborn in Egypt, lakachti oisam li, I took the firstborn in Jewish people for me. I have sanctified them to me. Kili kol b'cher, Rashi explains, shali ha'ya b'chodesh b'kavadin. According to the law, the firstborns belong to me. Shehiganti aleim, because I protected them when it came to the plague of the firstborn. Bein b'chayim Mitzrayim, and I made a differentiation between the firstborns of the Egyptians, lakachti esamli, and I took then the firstborn Jews that they should be mine to serve in the holy temple. But what happened was Achatob Egel, they served with the golden calf, and because of that, they can no longer serve in the holy temple. Therefore, now I'm going to take the Levites for me. Verse 18. And therefore I took the Levites tachas kol b'cher b'nei Yisrael instead of the firstborn of the Israelites. Verse 19. Now that I've taken the Levites for me, I have given the Levites as a gift, Nisunim as a gift, la'aron u'levanav to Aaron and his sons, mitoich b'nei Yisrael, I've chosen them from among the rest of the Jewish people, lavidus avedus b'nei Yisrael, that they should do the work of the Jewish people, of the Israelites, ba'oil mayed in the tent of meeting, u'lachaper al b'nei Yisrael, and to atone for the Jewish people, for the Israelites, v'loye b'nei Yisrael negef, and there should not be amongst the Jewish people a plague, begeshes b'nei Yisrael ala kodesh, when the Israelites approach the sanctuary. Meaning that they will not have to go there because the Levites will be the ones doing it. Let's see Rashi as he explains. Ve'etna, chamisha pamim nemer b'nei Yisrael b'mikrasu. If you look in this verse, the name, the Israelites, is mentioned 5 times. Leidiach chibasan, to show how much God loves them. That God mentions them 5 times, like the 5 books of Moses. That's the way I saw it explained in Bereshis Rabbah, meaning that even though God is saying that the reason why I'm taking the Levites instead of the Jews, instead of the Israelites, because they sinned with the golden calf, still God says, I love the Jews so much that I'm going to mention them so many times, even though they did something wrong. That the Israelites should not need to come close to the whole sanctuary, because if they should come to the sanctuary, they're not allowed, and that would cause a plague amongst them. Verse 20. And Moshe and Aaron and the entire congregation of the Jewish people did to the Levites exactly as God commanded Moshe la Leviim to do to the Leviim, so did the Jewish people. Verse 20, Moshe Midan, what is the jobs that everybody had to do? So Moshe is the one that placed them, Aaron and Nifan, Aaron is the one that waved them, V'Yisrael, some Chasideim, and the Jewish people put their hands upon them, placed their hands upon them, as God commanded. Verse 21, And the Levites purified themselves, and they washed their clothing. Vayanaf Aaron Isam Tunuf, and Aaron waved them as a wave offering Lefnei Hashem in front of God. Vayechaper aleim Aaron letaram, and Aaron atoned for them to purify them. Verse 22. And afterwards the Levites came to do their service in the tent of meeting in the tabernacle, Lefnei Aaron, before Aaron, Lefnei Vanav, and before his children. Like God commanded Moshe, ala Levim, that the Levim should be doing, and regarding what their service should be done. Kain asu lahem, so they did. Rashi. Kasher tziva kain asu lahagit sheva cha'isim lanasabem she'echad mem la'ikev, to teach us the greatness and the praise about those that were doing, those that was done to them, that nobody withheld or got in the way of anything that God said, and they did it exactly as they were told. Verse 23. And God spoke to Moshe, saying, now the Torah tells us who are the ones to be able to work, in which Levites are now to be accounted for. This is who the Levites should be working. This is concerning the Levites, meaning these are the people that are going to be qualified to be working in the Holy Temple. They have to be 25 years and older. This is a person who has entered the service to work in the tent of meeting, meaning that they have that age to be able to work in the tabernacle. Rashi. Why does he tell us this is what qualifies them? The word Zeis is telling us the years will make somebody disqualified, while by the Kohanim, a blemish will disqualify them. Blemishes do not disqualify a Levite from working in the Holy Temple. Over here it says 25, but someplace else it says 30. How do we drive the two? How do the two come out to be making sense? Okay, how is that possible? So 25 years old you come, and there's training period for 5 years, and then at 30 you start working. From here we learn that a student who, after 5 years, he sees that what he's doing is not working out, he should not continue to study the subject, because we see that that's not going to be working out for him, because he will not see any produce and any success in what he's doing if after 5 years it didn't work out, as we see from the Levites at the 5 years of training. Verse 25, you had until 50 years old, and by 50 years old they retire and they will not work any longer. Rashi says, because if they will not be working, that they won't be schlepping the stuff on their shoulders or working and schlepping things in the wagons. They do remember to work at the other things, which is, for example, of Gershon and Merari, L'nila Sharim, to close the gates, to be there to protect who goes in, the Lushir, and to sing, V'litanagalis, and to put things on the wagon, that's why he says later on that he will be working. In verse 26, he says he'll be serving with his brothers, meaning he'll be with his brothers. The member of Gahas will have to work with Gershon and Merari, but Gahas you will no longer schlepp. As the Targum translates, imachoi, with his brothers. Verse 26, who will serve with his brothers in the tent of meeting, lishmer mishmeres, to keep charge of and to protect, however work he will not perform. This is where you're going to do with the Levites regarding their charge. Lishmer mishmeres, meaning lachne saviv lo'il, they're going to be around the tabernacle, to be able to erect and to take down, to put up and take down the tabernacle at the time of traveling and at resting. This concludes the second Torah reading of Parshas Beha'aloscha.